Well, good morning. It's Freedom Friday, and I'm back. You know how we do it. Say good morning. Holla at me in the comments so I know who's watching. It's been a minute. Yeah, been out celebrating this 54th. Yes. Hi, Tis. How did I know it was you? Hi, Tister. Been out celebrating and enjoying this 54th birthday year. I'm so excited about 54 because this has been a really, really, really good year. It's been a good year. Now, that's not to say everything's been perfect, but man, I got some special gifts this year, and one of them is my sister. Yeah. So do me a favor and say something in the comments so I can talk to you. You guys, I want to talk about struggling. Yeah. Yeah. I know that might not be what you were thinking we were going to talk about today. I don't know what you thought we were going to talk about because you didn't give me nothing to talk about. So do me a favor. You got something you want to talk about, shout it out to your girl. But listen, I want to talk about struggling to hold on to your hopes and dreams. Yeah. Yeah. Struggling. Anybody struggle with your hopes and dreams? Ellen, sis, welcome back. Y'all pray for Ruthie because I don't know what she's trying to say. You know, she don't speak but one language, but she be really trying. So y'all just pray for Ruthie. God bless you, Sister Ruthie, Mother Lewis. So to do this, morning, sissy. To do this, what I have to do to talk about struggling, and if you're struggling, I want to really talk about the holding on part. I think we all get the struggle part, but I want to talk about the holding on part. Oh, she's saying hello, Ruthie. But remember when we talked about the gate change? I think that was November, like the 17th or something. If you missed part one of the gate change, listen, it's only about 17 minutes. It's not very long, but it's good stuff. Had a good time. Anna! Hi, Anna. How's basketball going? Miss you, girl. Y'all, that's my girl, Anna from Germany. So I'm going to give you a part two of the gate change talk, but I'm not really talking about just the gate change today. For some reason, I got up with this on my mind, and maybe it's because I've been really working at some things for my businesses, and I feel like they're just not going as well as I want them to go. Like they're not as profitable as I think they could be or should be. And so sometimes I'm like, maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Maybe I should give that up. Maybe I should. And it becomes a struggle because y'all heard me say a few months ago, life be lifing. Chick got hands and she be swinging. And I'm not going to lie. Some days she be winning. Yeah. She be giving me a punch to the gut, punch to the throat. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes I feel like, maybe I should just call it. Hey, Sharika, maybe I should just call it. Maybe I should just go back to work full time somewhere else, doing something else. Hey, cousin. Hi, cousin. So I'm just not, I have my days. Maybe nobody's ever having those days. You get to see Jonah play in 6 days for your birthday? Oh my God, Anna, that's dope. That's so exciting. I can't wait. Hopefully I will get to see him either at the end of this month or next month. Cannot wait. Hi, Evangelist Curry. Hey, nephew, praying for you. Remembering your dad. Yes, sir. So, sometimes it gets hard to hold on to your hopes and dreams because life is just doing what it's doing. And sometimes we just give up altogether, right? So I want to talk about that. And I know that giving up, saying it out loud is not popular. And people try to self-help us to death. Like they're always trying to make us think that if you say, oh man, I'm struggling, folks just come back with, I saw this on my friend, my little sister Mara's page about when you say you're struggling and people are like, oh, you got this. And they mean well because they're trying to encourage you, but they don't acknowledge the fact that you're struggling. The fact that I said it out loud means something is going on. So I need you to acknowledge the fact that I'm struggling. Maybe you can't help me with it, but maybe if you just acknowledge it with me, then I don't feel so all alone. Oh, I'm going to text him, Anna, and make sure that he knows you're coming and try to get you a picture. Hey, baby brother. So struggling is a real thing. Giving up is a real thing. It's tough. Sometimes you want to, and people may not understand how you even got there. And you know what? Sometimes when you say it out loud, sometimes people don't say it out loud because we judge them. And we say, and I'm just going to be honest, I've done it and said, it is not that serious. You need to chill. But you know what? Maybe for them, it is that serious. Or maybe it really isn't that serious, but they still feel like it is. What difference does that even make? If I say I'm struggling, I don't need you to analyze my struggle. I don't need you to tell me if my struggle is real or not. It's real for me. If it's never real for you, that's what it is. And I'm doing fantastic. Even though I got some things going on, right? Life is still good. And I'm trying to focus on the good, trying to keep my mind, on the positive pieces while I work on the pieces that are not so positive. So today I want to talk about having felt like struggling so much that I was just going to give up on some things. And let's be 100, give up on some things, some people, some places. Hey, cousin. Yeah, my cousin Deborah's on. Hey, girl. Kisses to you. So today, let's talk about it. So we're going to talk about it in terms of a gate change. If you've never flown, a gate change just means you're at your plane is leaving from one place. They had to change that place. Now it's leaving from somewhere else. And the reason I'm talking about it from that perspective is because last week, my bestie Jackie and we were in Vegas and we were getting ready to come back. And so I'm just hoping that what I saw that day can kind of tie in and just give you a little push, just give you a little something to help you hold on a little while longer. Now, y'all know I'm not your therapist. If you're feeling some kind of way in this life or death, I want you to get help. Get help. But listen, let's talk about these couple of things about the gate change. So when I was coming back from Vegas, we had a little time on our hands. Oh, let me ask this question, if you don't mind being so honest so that somebody knows they're not alone. Have you ever felt like giving up? I'm going to say I felt like it, and sometimes I did. So I'll go first. Yes and yes. If you have, let people know in the comments you've been there. It's happened so that people don't feel alone, because sometimes we don't share where we are because we feel so very isolated and we don't think people are going to get it. But let me say to you, I get it. So we were flying and we had a little bit of time. So we grabbed some food that was garbage. Thanks, Kia. And so we were kind of just complaining. Thank you, Rudy. As we do. Yes, ma'am. Because, when you travel, I likes to eat. And if my food is horrible, honey, I need the company to be on here, because when my food is down here, I'm not happy. So we had a good time. We were having a lot of fun. So we were talking about, this food, this wasn't great. We should have waited and had this, that, or the other. And we head to our gate. Y'all, when we get to our gate, the first thing that struck me was that whole area felt odd to me. It felt kind of strange. Now, they had already told us in some text messages that the plane was going to be full. But why did we get to the gate and it was like 10 people sitting over there? I said, that don't make no sense. So then it got me to thinking, y'all, when I started thinking about struggling and holding on today, because again, I want to focus on how to hold on. When I started thinking about the holding on, it struck me that you should pay attention to who is sitting at your gate. Pay attention to the people that you have surrounded yourself with, or the crowd that you have walked into, because it's important to know your crowd, right? So I started thinking about that, and I thought, you know what? Everybody sitting in my gate area isn't going where I'm going. Here's what we found out. The 10 people that were sitting there, they weren't on our flight. They were sitting there in advance for the flight that they had coming up. They weren't on our flight, right? So then that made me think, okay, so when I'm struggling and I'm going through, I need to pay attention to the crowd that I'm around. I need to pay attention to who's sitting in my area, because just because they're sitting there doesn't mean they are for me. Doesn't mean they're for me. Doesn't mean they have my best interest at heart. Doesn't mean they are even concerned about me. So it's so very important to pay attention to who you're surrounding yourself with when you find yourself in a struggle and you're trying to hold on. Listen, hold on to hopes, dreams, whatever it is. When you're trying to just hold on to get up another day, pay attention to the people in your area. Listen, scan your section. I know that sometimes we're like, oh, well, you're judging. Miss me. I'm a fruit inspector. I'm paying attention to the fruit that is sitting around in my area. I'm not judging, but I'm paying attention, because, see, you have to understand that everybody sitting there does not have your same temperature. Let me get to it. That's number 2. So while we were sitting there, and yes, we recognized that, this looks odd, but we sat down anyway. So while we were sitting there thinking it looked funny, we realized how cool the temperature was. Yeah, let me tell you what I mean by that. There were a lot of people sitting there who were simply comfortable. They were okay with where they were. They didn't have any anticipation in them. And that should have been a clue to us that we were maybe at the wrong gate. Y'all, if y'all wouldn't say good morning to my big brother. Hey, Reggie. Y'all, that's my superhero. You see, he makes me grin. That's my big brother. Okay, so watching the temp around us, paying attention that everybody around us was just kind of cool. They was kind of chilling. Whereas we came and sat down like, man, what time is this flight leaving? What do we need to do? Da-da-da-da-da. And this crowd around us was chill. You need to check the temp of the folks you're hanging out with. Check the temp. And I know this saying, and I know you've heard it, where we say, you know, when you come into a room, you should change the temperature. Yeah, some rooms you aren't getting ready to change. And what you need to do is bundle up. Don't bundle up. Get your hat on, get your scarf on, baby. Cover your mind. Put something across your mouth. Cover your mouth. Cover your ears. Put something on your body and cover your heart, because there are some rooms, the temperature, you are not getting ready to change. You are not getting ready to change. I know it's a harsh reality, because we think that we can just do that any given time, but that doesn't always happen. And that's the reality of life. And so when you check the temp of the people that you're around, then you need to dress accordingly. If you are struggling to hold on to your hopes and dreams, check the temp of your area. Check the temp so that you can dress accordingly. Sometimes I need to put on the armor, Deborah. Sometimes I need to cover my mind because I'm already struggling. And you find some people that are comfortable in struggling. That's what I'm talking about. Those people at the gate, they was too cool. They was too chill. They was too comfortable for me. Do you know that there are some people, and maybe you've heard them say it, when you say, man, I'm really struggling with this. I need to do better. I need to do different. I need to change up. And they'll say to you, why you want to do that? What's wrong with where you're at? Girl, you ought to just be glad that you made it this far. Miss me, please and thank you. Yeah, some people are comfortable struggling and they want you to be comfortable struggling, but why should you be? Who does that? If they choose to sit at the struggle gate, let them sit there, but you don't have to. If you are looking to hold on to hopes and dreams, check the temp of the folks sitting around, the people that have got too comfortable. Let me get to this next one, y'all. I don't want to be all day. Number 3, while I sat there, I noticed the people that was passing my gate, right? There were people that would walk by and they kind of look at us and they survey the land, and then they would walk over to the overhead sign. So here we are. We never looked at the overhead sign. We trusted that the information we had from the beginning remained the same. Listen, things change, and we have to learn to change with them. But here's the thing that got me. They would look at us, check the sign, and then they would turn in the other direction, and baby, they were gone. Okay, well, that only happened a couple times before I said to Jackie, something's wrong with this gate. Something's happening over here. That plane should have been here. Something's wrong. It's not enough people sitting here. And I began to pay attention to the signs around me. If you're struggling to hold on, don't ignore the signs to better. Don't ignore the signs to your destination. Don't ignore the things that will point you in the right direction. Just because everybody else is sitting and they haven't moved, what does that have to do with you? Listen. Deborah, don't start me at the gate, beautiful. Honey, blessings at the gate. Things change at the gate. Deborah, go back and watch November 17th, where we started with gate change number 1. This started to encourage me because I thought about the fact that when they started looking at the sign, it triggered something for us. Something that had already been there, but we hadn't paid it enough attention. We didn't give it the attention it needed so that we could be where we needed to be. But then we got up and we checked the sign and we began to talk to people and we realized there was a gate change. So don't ignore the encouragement. Don't ignore the things that can get you to better just because the temperature is cool, just because people are comfortable. When you get uncomfortable, then you understand change is on its way. Change always comes with something uncomfortable. It never just happens and everything's great. There's something there before that. Things kind of get a little, you know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid of the okay, let me get to number 4. Once we realized we had a gate change, we got up and we booked it over there. And when we got to the right gate, y'all, the whole atmosphere had changed. It had gone from a laid back atmosphere to an atmosphere that was charged with, there's a piece of hair, y'all, that is, she acting up. Atmosphere that was charged with expectation. If you are going to hold on to your hopes and dreams, you must develop expectation. You have to be intentional about what you expect. Even if you don't know what the expectation is, you have to be expecting God to do something. You have to be expecting something to happen, because if you're not expecting anything, you're not getting anything. So you've got to have an atmosphere that is charged with expectation. Y'all, everybody over there was doing something that let me know that that flight was going somewhere. They started checking their watches. They had their boarding passes right in their hands. Those that had it print out. They made sure everything was in their bag. People got up and went to the restroom, got water. They did everything they had to do so they'd be ready to take flight. Baby, I was so excited this morning when I thought about that atmosphere, because I can still feel it. If you've ever flown, it's just this, there's something in you. You're like, oh man, where's the plane? You're looking out the window because you know, oh, my plane is coming. And then the plane comes and people start to get off, and you know, when they get off, I'm next. When they get off, I'm next. And it doesn't matter how long it takes them to get off, I'm still next. Right? Jesus, that made me so excited, y'all. So excited. Listen, we went from being with people who had no sense of direction, who didn't really care how things were turning out, whose flight was later, so they was just kind of lollygagging, and I said it. They was just kind of chilling or whatever, to an atmosphere full of people that wanted to go higher. Full of people that was willing to do something to go a little bit further. Y'all, if you are struggling to hold on to your hopes and dreams, come on and think about the fact that you're next. Don't give up now. Don't get all the way to the gate and turn around. Don't do it. Remember, you're next and expect it. I get excited when I know my flight's coming up. Get excited about your next. Yes, you're struggling. Yes, things are hard. Yes, things are tough. But listen, the songwriter said, it won't always be like this. Listen, it won't always be like this. It can't be. Things have to change. Come on here, Mrs. Robinson. No expectation. Mess around and be like the foolish virgins. Listen and miss out. You've got to be expecting something. Yeah, you're struggling. We covered that already. You're trying to hold on to your hopes, to your dreams. We covered that already, but you've got to expect the struggle to be over. You've got to expect to go higher. Listen, we went from that to a crowd of expectation. Folks had everything they needed. Let me get to this next one. This last one, y'all, and then I'm gonna get out of here and get out your way this morning. But this is my favorite one. This is my absolute favorite thing that happened at the gate that lets me know I might be struggling, but I'm gonna hold on because I'm gonna make it. Let me tell you what happened. There was a man, I'm looking at my notes, y'all, because I had to write it down. There was a man at the gate area, and we're all sitting around, and the gate agent is standing there, and we're waiting, and we're looking around, and everything's great, right? They're gonna pre-board in a minute. All of that's happening, y'all. Pre-board. We're gonna talk about that on another day. Okay, all of that's happening. There's a man who leaves, and he comes back to the gate with his phone in his hand, and he begins to tell various ones, the flight's delayed. Now we're sitting at the gate. It's like, I don't know, 6, maybe. This dude is telling everybody, oh, the flight's delayed until midnight. They delayed the flight again. The flight's delayed. So he starts to pass out this information, but the gate agent hasn't said anything. He said he got it in a text message. So Blind Bartimaeus, listen. All right, Deborah. So expected a change. Okay, so he sits behind me, and he's this, right? So I lean back and I start talking to him because I want to know what he's talking about. Because we hadn't got that text message. We didn't get anything. We didn't know that it was a 5-hour, almost 6-hour delay. Now, folks are getting heated. They are rightfully upset because they didn't get no information. Nobody said anything. It's not on the sign. And folks were snapping, right? So I look at his phone. He shows it to me very briefly. And I say to Jackie, that's not our flight. That's not our flight. Y'all, let me tell you why this is my absolute favorite one. It wasn't our flight, okay? This was the very first time. This man was 57. He said, this is the very first time I've ever flown. I've never been on a plane. I've never been anywhere on a plane, okay? Let me tell y'all my favorite tip, y'all. Oh, this got me. Stop taking pilot instructions from first-time passengers. Y'all, don't make me tear up this room. Don't make me tear up this room. Here this man is. He's never even been on a plane, doesn't know how to read the text they gave him, doesn't know what his flight information is, and no shade to him. He didn't know what he didn't know. But listen, I knew what my flight number was. I knew where my flight was headed. I knew that if there was going to be a change and he got a text, I should have got a text. Y'all, stop taking pilot instructions from first-time passengers. Let me put it to you another way. Stop letting people tell you what you shouldn't do when they haven't done anything. Stop letting them tell you how something should be done when they've never done it. They out here giving people all of this advice and all of this information. Baby, couldn't be me. Because, girl, if I was you, but it's never been you, so how do you know it couldn't be you? Listen, Martina, how is he the only one with the text? Because it was his flight. He had a connecting flight, and that text was about his connecting flight. That text was not connected to my flight. Don't play with me. That text was not connected to me. And I don't care if he told 11 people. That text was not connected to me. I did not have to get up in arms and upset and start making phone calls and, oh my God, I had to chill and realize, baby, you're not talking to me. You don't have the instructions concerning me. Those instructions don't come from you. Okay, y'all, I'm about to get out of here. Let me, you know, I can't leave without a scripture. You know, I got to close with one. So let me tell you what happened on the plane, and that's going to get me to my scripture. Y'all know I'm going somewhere with this. Whenever you fly, if you've ever flown, whenever you fly, you will hear the flight attendants giving certain instructions about safety and what's going to happen. But let me tell you what happens. Whenever the pilot starts talking to the cabin, the passengers, he always identifies himself as the pilot. He says, I am your pilot, Captain blah, 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 blah. Welcome to flight, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Let me tell you why that's important. God identified himself when Moses said, who should I say sent me? Who should I say you are? And God said in Exodus, the 3rd chapter and the 14th verse, he said, tell them that I am that I am. Listen, I'm getting my information straight from the pilot. You understand? You understand? If you didn't get anything out of today, I got on today to give you this thing right here. Whatever your struggle is, whatever you are dealing with, if you are trying to hold on to your hopes, your dreams, listen, some of us are trying to hold on to peace. Some of us are trying to hold on to forgiveness. Some of us are trying to hold on to deliverance. Some of us are trying to hold on to the love in our hearts. If you are struggling and trying to hold on, the I am is with you today. The I am is taking you up. The I am is the pilot for you today. Listen, he told me to tell you that I am that I am. And what does that mean? I am everything that you need. I am everywhere that you go. I am that I am. If you need more, I am more. If you need healing, I am healing. If you need strength, I am strength. If you need wisdom, I am wisdom. The I am is the pilot today. So sit back and buckle up. Hey, Nisi, sit back and buckle up, because the I am, he got this flight under control. I love y'all. I hope you had a great time today. I had a great time. Do me a solid and share this with somebody. Help somebody that's struggling. Let them know that we understand. We see you. The struggle is real, but the I am, he's the realest. Yeah. I love y'all. Love you, cousin. Love you. Each and every one of you. Y'all know that I'm going to jump on in the comments and holler at you. Y'all let me know some things that you thought about when we were talking gate change and struggling to hold on. You might be able to help somebody too. I need all the help I can get. Woo! The I am that I am. I love y'all. Deuces. I'm out. Bye.